Hello and welcome to the show. Oh my goodness, I'm so late getting on. I'm about 9 minutes getting on. I'm so sorry, guys. I don't know, inundated with these technical difficulties. But I'm here. Thank you. I'm here. We have the book, and we're going to talk about the book today. The book. But I'm also going to answer some questions. And as you know, I always start out with my hair up so that I can do something different with it so you can guys can see it. I hope that we don't drop sound and we don't drop video. I hope I don't. I've just had some problems with internet services. I'm sure that's what it is because yeah, I've had some challenges staying online when I'm outside of my office. It's our wireless in the building. So, but welcome to the show. We're going to talk about the book today. We're going to continue in Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair. And we have Reconditioning the Mind. That's the portion we're on. And I'm going to start by doing some things fun with my hair, as I always do. And then I'm going to answer some questions today because I pulled out some email questions that you guys have been sending me. So cool. So let me just start with my ponytail holder is on. Let's take that off. We've got our nice little um, ponytail holder I just took off, and I'm gonna just kind of shake this into place and see what it does. So I have a scrunchie underneath, so I'm just shaking, and you just want to, and you can help it to get kind of a little whimsical look. So if you have your hair highly conditioned and it's healthy, or you use the right combination of hair product, and Lisa Akbari .com, you can find a lot of my items. Then you can get that whimsical look. You can really just shake and go. You know, you have shampoo and go, and y'all call it wash, but I believe you wash cars, you wash clothes, but you don't wash hair. You shampoo hair. All the cosmetologists say, yay, that's 101. That's one of the first things you learn in cosmetology and beauty school. You don't wash hair. So this is kind of my little whimsical look. It's my shake and go. So you give it a real good shake and then you just let it go. And this is a fun one because we're coming into our fun season where you're out in the park and you're doing all kinds of things. And I don't know where this little piece came from, but you know our hair, all of the hair is this length, but this little piece is doing its own thing. So again, that's my little look. So that's one look. It's a shampoo and go, but it's a shake and go is what I call it. So you can just kind of have fun with it. And then I'm going to do another one that's going to bring the back up. And so you'll have the back portion of the head nice and smooth. So you can actually tie this one down. It looks like a mushroom now, but I'm going to pull it up, and you pull it up till you get to your lower crown area. And then you start to bring everything forward. So you bring all the hair and you just kind of separate it. It's similar to a faux hawk, but basically what I'm doing is I'm just bringing all of my hair forward. And if some ask if I do any special prepping to my hair prior to doing this, but I really don't. I just dress my hair for bed in my curly fro, and you can look under my YouTube page and you'll see my curly fro. But this is going to give me that kind of a, see that little forward faux hawk? And I'm going to bring everything down. So I have this nice dense wisp. You know, that's like a contradiction, wisp and dense. But it's going to be a fuller wisp of hair. And I'm just going to bring all that forward. And see, the cool thing about our natural hair, we can do those things. And we can, of course, you remember back in the day, we did the patting of the fro. So I'm really bringing everything forward. Now, one of the things that, a little trick that I do that most people don't know about is before my hair, like, of course, I'm always doing these studies, conducting these studies on my own hair. One of the things before I got this length again in the front, I conduct these studies and I tend to damage a little bit. I would take my scrunchie. So I didn't have as much length in the front is what I'm getting to. So I'll take my scrunchie and you take the front part of your hair forward. And I know you guys are just logging in so you can kind of tune back in so you'll see start at the beginning once this is saved. And again, we've got to pray. Let's all pray now, guys, because we don't want to go offline. So I put the scrunchie right in the middle, and that pushes this hair forward in the face. So I have this nice, instead of a wisp, I have this little bush of hair here. So if you want your front hairline even fuller, but then you're blending it so the scrunchie is kind of hid underneath there. So you got everything pushed forward. You got this hair, so you have this nice bang. And this is good for a lot of ladies. Some of you do not want to show your little white friends that sometimes come up. It depends on if you're in the nice ripe age like I am. Young, but young and fun. Old and, and fun. I don't even want to say the word old. And then some of you just don't like that forehead. So if you don't like the shape of your head or your forehead or your five head, whatever you guys call it, then you can do this as well. So this is my look for today. So this is, I pushed everything up so I can really have fun with my collar this way. So I've done two looks. So this is the, we were just paused. I hope we don't lose. Okay, so this is the two looks. And then I could always make it really close and pat it down and get it a lot more tamed. Depends, like if you're in the office or you want to do something special, you can put little things in the hair like flowers, especially if you're in a wedding or if you are getting married. You can put like some baby's breath or something in their fro. Let them sit out a while on white paper just to make sure there's nothing crawling in them. And, just kind of sit out. There you go. That's another look. I absolutely love it. And then, of course, we always can take the scrunchie off. And be careful, guys. When you catch your hair, you want to make sure you take the time to separate it. Don't pull it so I don't pull my hair out. And again, you guys have got to go back to my first one because I did like the shake and go instead of, how you heard the shampoo and go. The first one was a shake and go, and it was pretty cool. And so now I'm working with my fro. So, and then I got to let my collar down since I'm doing that. So as you guys are now logging in, and again, like I said, pray that we don't lose internet service. So I'm just kind of lifting my fro. The reason I do these styles is because I really want you guys to know you really have a great opportunity here to just do so much and be so flexible with your fro. You don't have to worry about it. And see, here I am, and there it is. Okay, so I pull my fro forward a lot more, and now I am cooking here. Okay, so I think I'm going to leave it here now. Keep in mind, whenever I do that, then I generally pick at it a whole lot. All right, so the chat board is up. So if you have questions, you can, because I'm going to use this as question time before I start my reading on the book. Yes, the book. Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair at Any Age. We're on the Mind. And I'm going to leave my collar down. But I have a question here. It says, my question is, how do you feel about hot oil treatments? She said, when I do them, it's prior to shampooing my hair because the oil and the water helps the detangling process. And many people like to use oils for detangling. She says that she will apply the oil first, then a warm heat bath. I have very fine hair, very kinky hair. It also isn't thick. Okay, it's fine hair. It's not thick. Okay, got it. I found a line of products locally so that I can use that shampoo, the mask, the conditioner. I also use the leave-in conditioner. I've given away all my other products. I plan to order your products as soon as I run out of these. I couldn't find your email, and I sent her the email, of course. And I'll make sure I did. I think I sent her the email. Okay, so, and this is from Hazel. Okay, Hazel. Hot oil treatments. What do I think about hot oil treatments? And y'all have to forgive me because I told you I'm going to mess with my fro. Hot oil treatments it depends on the oil. Like many people, I've had a lot of emails saying folks made their homemade hot oil treatments. So they're actually really oil. So that's pretty cool that they're oil. But oil, let's talk about what oil does. Oil basically lubricates your hair shaft, and it's going to seal in moisture, or it's going to offers a little bit of slick. That's why she was mentioning a slick feel to the cuticle. So that's why she mentioned that it helps to detangle. The other thing that oil will do, oil will um, it will give shine. It'll offer a little bit of shine. So those things can happen, but it does not necessarily mean that the hair is going to be hydrated. And that's what the mistake a lot of people make. I'm just going to put this back on. The mistake that a lot of folks make when they use oil, they think that it's going to hydrate the hair. Oil doesn't really hydrate the hair. The oil just basically seals in hydration, gives shine, and it will offer, like I said, a little bit of slick. Now I just put my fro back up to the hair. So those are things that it will do. What do I think about them? I think they're probably not necessary. The reason I say that, because sometimes the molecular weight, the molecules that make up those ones you can buy over the counter, the hot oil treatments, they tend to clog the pores of the shaft and the scalp. So they're not clean products. You have to be careful. Even your homemade oils tend to have like a heavy weight to them. So that could be a problem. It can be problematic. So you want to be really careful with that as well. Just be careful when you're dealing with oils. I think that you should try test an oil on the back of your hand, and if it goes into the skin and it's really I guess if it goes back on the skin and it really goes in and gives a nice shine, it should be friendly to the hair and scalp. But other than that, you really just want to use oils to shine, give sheen to the hair, seal in hydration, but not as a necessarily a treatment to put on prior to shampooing, because you have so many pollutants when you prior to shampooing, so you tend to have a problem. So I just kind of worry about people using those oils. It kind of blends with the negative buildup. Hope that answered your question. I had another question, which was I really want to answer, because someone asked about my hair. They said, do you generally keep your hair at a certain length, like keep it cut, shaped? Because it always looks so healthy, but it seems to be a little longer, and then it doesn't seem to be a little shorter, that kind of thing. I thought that was really cute, because I thought it was really cool that she noticed. What I do, I conduct studies to prove theories that I have about why we lose hair, why our hair is dull, why our hair is having any whatever problems. And I tend to break away a lot of my hair. But I'm very careful to keep at least 10 and sometimes 15 inches of hair, somewhere between that, because I know that you don't want your hair doctor to have short hair or bald or breakage. So I tend to try to keep the health, but if especially certain studies like detangling, tears along the hair shaft, other things that deal with the hair and managing the hair and manipulating the hair, I try and do those things on my own hair so that we can determine how we can get past that problem that many may be having with those issues. So I will break away a lot of my hair. But this year, I promised, wink, wink, I promised I wasn't going to do any more studies on my own hair so that I can obtain length, because really you guys need to see me obtain length without wearing any kind of protective styles, add in hair or things like that. So I'm really going to work hard with keeping my promise to you guys about that. Okay. All right. So do you have any questions before we start the book? The book. And I have my chat up, so I can answer some of those questions. But let's go to the book. Now, we were talking about conditioning the mind. Yes, it's up. Chat group is up. To list available comments. Enter. Let's see. Can someone just chat hello just to make sure that it is working? If you can hear me, just see if you're in front of your computer. Some of you are on your cell phones. I had someone say, I was in my car. I know I was on my cell phone. I was listening to you. I'm like, cool. As long as you weren't trying to chat or text and drive, that's a no-no. Okay. reconditioning your mind. Because once we think about, we've talked about all the negative thoughts that we have as it relates to our hair, the things that we do to try to obtain the look as we transition or as we wear our relaxers, as we, whatever we're doing to our hair. One of the things that we have to keep in mind is that if we're going to have healthy hair now and for years to come, be able to control the length, how long our hair grows, and all those things that we want for our hair. The way we're going to be able to do that is by reconditioning our mind, knowing the right things to do, and then moving forward. So, one of the ways we recondition our mind, we think about this, better hair is really in our near future. Once we come to that awareness that we need to change some things. And the things that we change, it starts with the mind. We have to think different because I mean, I'm telling you, I have people that come into my analysis room and they have the way they think about their hair, and that's pretty much it. They kind of say, this is it, and this is what I think, and this is how I feel. And so it takes a little bit of time for me to help them recondition their mind so that they can think differently about their hair. And so I want you to do that before you start any healthy hair regimen. Even before you transition, I want you to think about it because you've got all of this. You're inundated with these YouTube's videos. And I was just speaking to a group of stylists on yesterday, and they talked about YouTube really bad. And I tend to join in sometimes with that. But I believe that the reason why YouTube is so popular with hair is because there are a lot of women in trouble with their hair, Black women in particular, and no one helped. Stylists didn't come on YouTube and do anything or say anything. And you guys just start teaching each other. So it's like, oh, girl, go to so-and-so's YouTube channel and listen to what she has to say. This is another consumer, somebody else who's in problems, like the blind leading the blind. So that's what happened. So you were left alone. So you taught yourself. So that's how we got in trouble with that. But we have to recondition our mind. We have exposed some of the negative thoughts. If you were in the last reading, and go back if you haven't, we have exposed some of the negative thoughts. Now, I want you to do this for me. This is a little bit of homework. I want you to write down things that you think may be causing your damage. Oh, I use a flat iron on dirty hair. Oh, I don't shampoo as often. Whatever you think might be negative, write that down on a piece of paper. Now, once you do that, you look at those things and you say, these are things that I'm doing. I'm not going to do it, and then burn the paper. A little too warm in most parts of the country for a fire, but you can put it in the fireplace or just throw it away. Throw away that paper. So as we recondition our mind, we've thought of these things. Keep in mind that we've thought of these things for most of our life. Most of our life, we've thought a certain way about our hair, shampooing every 2 weeks, using a nylon brush, so many things. And let's kind of go back over some of these things that we thought. My hair is thick and nothing will hurt it, so I can do whatever I want. Curling on dirty hair, gel and braids on our little girl's hair, pulling tension, traction along the hairline. So you're supposed to have a hairline that does this, that it frames your face. You don't have a hairline where you can see through and see your skin. Those things happen from traction. Things that we hate our hair sometimes. I just don't know what I'm going to do with this hair. I hate it. Those kind of things. A lot of the negative thoughts. All right. So you can change your mind. And while reading my book, Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair, you will change your mind. And I said it before. I'll be right there with you. Remember, you can email me. I do video chats. I'm not sure you guys can see me. I mean, I know you can see me. You can hear me. But I'm not so sure if you can chat, because it does not show. I'm going to exit out. I don't want to mess with it. I'm just scared that I might lose internet service. But I'm going to go. Let's go back, and we're going to try to do the live chat again. Okay, I'll put it up there so in case you have a question for me. Somebody could say hello. I'm sure y'all in the background doing it, but it's not showing up on my screen. I'm going to say hello. Hi. See if it goes up there. Yeah, I did say hi. That's me. So if somebody says something back to me, then I know that you're hearing me and that we are good to go. Because you guys know how I am with this technology, so just bear with me. All right, I will be right there with you when we start doing these things to change our mind and to really think if you have the desire to stop your hair and scalp problems, and these are folks who really are having some challenges with hair and scalp problems. And because a clinic like mine is so incredibly busy, that tells me that there are a lot of people out there with hair and scalp problems. If you have that desire, you can learn first the right things and become educated. That means come to know these things. Your desire is a part of the cleansing. We want to basically cleanse our mind. We want to expose, we want to open, we want to free up our subconscious mind so that we can really have the right thoughts there, circling so that we can have those right thoughts. The strong desire will cause you to focus and want to learn, to become educated. You're really already halfway there. The mere fact that you listen to this video, you're reading my book, Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair, that means you're halfway there. If your mind is conditioned negatively, it can be reconditioned positively through a raised level of awareness and internalizing all these positive thoughts. Your hair will become, thoughts about your hair, you will become educated, guaranteeing success in solving your hair problems. Why is this so crucial? Because really the battlefield is in the mind. You've heard a lot of folks say that. What happens is you're thinking that, oh, it's got to be a better product. It's got to be a better technique. Well, all of those have their place, but mostly it's about a better thought. It's like, what are my rules? What are my frame? What can I do to frame this? First, it's going to start with how you think about your hair. Let's talk about education and not just information. This is really important. When I was writing this, I thought I was pretty excited about this. It says, you may ask, how do you educate yourself in a way that will help you escape all your hair problems? There is a way, but you must first understand that there is a difference between education and information. There is so much information out there. We have an abundance of hair products and magazines. We have trade shows. We have all these things, and they're basically targeted to women, Black women in particular. We spend billions on hair care products and hair services, and we still have the most hair problems in women in any other race. There's a problem with that, I think, don't you? Top hair care professionals are holding summits, trade shows. They have these natural hair shows now. They have magazine articles about hair, sometimes almost monthly, because that's a big deal. All of this available information, yet we still are not educated about our hair. And the statistics really show that hair problems among women, Black women, are really at an all-time high. So just information is just not enough. The information is not enough on its own. Okay, let's first start with the hair products. So there are lots of things that we have. So we want to start with the hair products. The first thing with hair products, we want to say, okay, number one, you have hair products out there, but you don't know which ones to use. Okay, or which ones will give you better hair. No hair product will give you better hair if you don't believe you won't believe that it is within your reach to have better hair. So I used to work for many product companies before I got my own product line. And I would always say that, because the companies would say, oh, let's go back and let's make a better product. Let's make it better and better and better. And I think that's great. But I said that you find a hair product and it could be the best. Under the microscope, it makes the hair do all these wonderful things. But I can find you women who can abuse that and show you how that won't work. And a lot of that is because of a combination of things. So the product itself is not going to give you better hair. It's limits to what this thread-like fiber can tolerate. And so now they have better hair. So product is one of the tools to giving you better hair. It's not just you having a better product, it's and all the other things. You most likely have bought the product that had the best ad or advertisement, long hair, or you bought the product that had a great price on it, because a lot of people do that. They'll go to expensive and then they'll go to cheap and then they'll go back and forth. Okay. In some cases, you may have bought the right product, but never used it properly or long enough to get the results. That's one of the things you have to keep in mind, that you have to use a product. You have to use it for the amount of time that's required, and then you have to use it properly. You have to, and this is one example I'll give about hair products. Okay, let's just take a look at this. Okay, when you have a hair product, you have, most of the time you take a product, and I'm just going to take one of my products. We have our naturally textured, and I love it. It smells yummy. Okay, and I'm going to put a little bit on my hand, and I'm going to take this product, and let's take our headband off, and I'm just going to put this product on my hair. Now, where did this product land? I just put it on my hair. It landed on the top of the hair. Okay, so when you take a product and you said, oh, I put it on and I really worked it in, I really put it on, yeah, but it's on the top of the hair. But what if I took that same product, put a little bit in my hand, I got it on my ends, then I opened up and I took it and I worked it down the hair close to the scalp, took that, worked the product in, and I'm getting it all over my ends, all the way throughout. Now look at the difference. I don't even have to detangle because I allowed the product to do what it's supposed to do. So I've worked the product in my hair. So I would go from ear to ear, front to back. So that's the difference. So wherever you put the product is where the product is going to be. So you're not using it properly. So those of you who buy hair products, you got to work that product into the hair. You cannot just put it on your hair and that's it. Don't you just love our hair? It's just kind of bounced right back in shape. Here it is, there it is, and here it goes. Okay, all right. So that's the thing about hair products. So you got to keep that in mind. All right, so in some cases, we brought a product, you never use it properly or long enough to get the best results, or after you got better hair, you went back to the old negative habits. That's a biggie. Sometimes we think that, okay, I've got my hair is back, and my hair should be fine because I've used this product and it should be better. No, and it's gotten better, but it should stay better. Well, you heard of that thing, same thing that it took to fix it is going to take to keep it. There's something called stabilization in my clinic, whether you're a client, patient, or customer. Clients are people who go into my salons. Customers are individuals who purchase my products. Patients are people who are in chronic, critical state with their hair and scalp, and they come into my clinic. So we have something called stabilization, maintenance, and prevention. You have to stabilize. Once you stabilize, that's just the beginning. Then you have to maintain that stability. And then after you maintain the stability, you have to prevent that problem from coming back. Or if you have healthy hair, you want to prevent the problem from ever coming. Okay? So keep that in mind. So that's the problem. You have to make sure. So what happened when you got better hair and you went back to old habits, you received product information. But what you needed was product education. Education on what to buy, how to use it, how it is going to work to give you better hair, how long to use it, to expect what results, and how to prevent the problems from coming back. So that's what you want when you're purchasing a product. That's real crucial. So I'm going to move over and we're just going to take a chance. So I'm going to move this over and I'm just going to see if we can go in and find, see if you're chatting behind the scenes and I'm just not getting it. Because no one even said hi. And it's so many of you guys on right now. So somebody could have said hi to me. All right, so let's go to me look at myself. And I know there's a delay, so it's going to seem really weird, but I'm going to go on and we're going to see what I have here. Okay, so let's go to my videos. Let's go to the videos and we're going to see if you guys have any questions, and I don't. Uh-oh, don't want that one. We just want to go to the Lisa Akbari channel. Okay. See if there's something. Right now it should be something live, but I didn't see it. Okay, let's see number 7. Let's see if we can get to it. Okay, are y'all, this program is streaming March 15th? Ooh, I hope that's not a problem. Okay, that says live. See if you guys can hear me. But I didn't see it. Okay, there we are. See number 7. Yeah, see, is here. Okay, you guys got all kinds of chats here. Let me turn this sound on this one off. Okay. But for some reason, it's not showing up on my end. But okay, so we have Evelyn. She said, "Is hair damaging to the hair when you use long term? Is what damaging?" You said hair damaging. Can you, oh, you said it's gel damaging. Okay, you did come back and correct. Oops, oops, oops. And you did say hello, and you were really trying to get me there. You said I am on. Okay, chat. Okay. All right. So is gel damaging? Yes. Gel, even those so-called natural gels, the problem with gel is the molecular weight. The molecules that make up the gel are pretty large, so they tend to be what I call an unclean, or they're not a clean product. So if they're not a clean product, then what's going to happen? They're going to cause a cosmetic pollutant or a buildup over a period of time, and that's problematic. So that would be something that, Evelyn, I would not recommend a gel. We have to determine what you're using your gel for, what you're trying to do, what goal are you trying to achieve, so we can talk about the best product for you. But I can tell you, moisturizers, like you just noticed that I use the Naturally Textured, it is really like a styling moisturizer. It's pretty dense, but it's very clean. The way you know if a product is clean, when you rinse your hair, you want to make sure it begins to dissolve that product. So the best thing is to put a little bit on the back of your hand, and that's yes, you said mostly the whole curls. Yeah, to put a little bit on the back of your hand, and then you rub it in, and if that product rinses really well with warm water, it's good. Naturally Textured gives curl definition, and I'm just going to take a little bit of my Naturally Textured, and I'm going to put it on my hair so that you can see, because I know that that's what you were speaking of. And let's just take this area. I'll just take my headband back off, and we're almost done, guys. And I'm just going to take a section, and I'm going to take that section, and I'm going to, because you said hold the curls. Now, you meaning hold natural hair curls? When you say whole curls? See, it almost literally straightens out your hair. It's really, really cool. And then you can twist that hair and just do a nice little twist there. Wrap it around your finger. Yeah, so you mean natural curls. And give it just like a few minutes. And I do that with my curly fro. So I'm going to bring that over. So you just kind of a little finger. And then you're going to just take it down. And I just gave it a few seconds. See what's happening? So I'm getting curl definition. So you could take your oil on your fingers and separate the curl. Or you can just take it and reverse the twist and let it just hang. And you see the definition that I have? I wear a lot of frizzy froze, but you see that definition? Oh, cool. She said for shampoo and go days. Yeah, what you do is I would highly recommend that you use like a leave-in conditioner. There's one that I recommend called Hair Vitamin. Put that leave-in conditioner on. Once you do that, you smooth the hair back, and you're going to work with your product from one end of the head all the way to the opposite end, ear to ear, front to back. Then you're going to, that's your leave-in vitamin. I use one called Hair Vitamin, and I have to show y'all my product because I really, if you have something that works, I don't believe in fixing something that's not broken, but I do believe in making sure you guys have what you need. So once you put that leave-in conditioner on, you're spraying it in so you can open up the hair, and then you go into the scalp hair close to the scalp, and ear to ear, front to back, spraying it. And then you're going to use, I'm going to recommend hydration, because hydration is a product that just kind of gives you great moisture levels. So it brings it, smells good, but it's a little more, it's not as solid. You can see it almost drips out of the bottle. And so basically what it does, it kind of wets the hair, but you always want a towel blot. And then you can, if you want to stretch just a little bit, you can pull it back into a scrunchie ponytail holder, or you can just put a scrunchie on it. and don't touch it. There's something called a crucial drying stage. Once you put it on, the product on, you leave it and let it sit, because the hydrogen bonds, those bonds on the top layers, those bonds will frizz like crazy if you start fluffing as you're drying. So you just let it dry. Whatever state it's in, let it dry. And what's going to happen, that curl is going to form, and then once that curl forms, then that's the way it'll be. Then after it dries, then you leave your headband on. You can take it and put some oil or a lighter moisturizer over the top of it. So if you want shine, just a little bit of oil, and then you've got a shampoo and go. But if you're looking for real definition, just defined curls like you saw me do, then I would do the hair vitamins and then the naturally textured. So that's what I would say. And yeah, you can have a great shampoo and go day. You don't have to twist it. You don't have to do anything. Just shampoo and go. And it's so cool. Okay. All righty now. So anyone else have any other questions as we close out today? And thank you for your prayers, because we were able to, oops, did I lose my page? We were able to get through this whole blog without losing our internet service. But when we come back, we're going to talk about professionals, haircut professionals. Hairstylists across the country say that they can solve all your hair and scalp problems. Across the country, that's what they're saying. So when we come back next week on our cyber reading on Black Woman's Guide to Beautiful Hair, I'm going to address that. I'm going to talk about that. And so bring your questions, please do. But in the meantime, you can email me, lisa@lisaakbari.com. I really welcome, and this is what I do for these small groups, say 5 ladies or more. You have your questions, you send them all to me, and I'll send you a free video response of those questions line per line. So get with your girlfriends. If you want to do that, I'll get those to you. And then we could talk about some of those on our next chat, and tell your friends about this. This is something I do every week. I'm really excited about it, and I want to reach out to you guys and help you. But I'm Lisa Akbari, your hair doctor, and I'm going to be right here with you next week on Ask the Hair Doctor Cyber Reading. I love you so much. To God be the glory in Jesus. And I will see you next time right here on Ask the Hair Doctor. See you next week. And Cyber Reading, the book. Don't forget to get your book. All right. Bye. Have a great day. Bye-bye.